I'm Matt with eTrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the KUAT Piston SR Bike Rack on the back of our 2025 Ford Maverick. Now this is going to be a great option if you're looking for something super compact, especially if you're going through a lot more tight spaces, and if you're looking for something to carry a lot of different styles of bikes. So let's check it out. Now this is going to be a more premium style bike rack, and it does a great job at holding our bikes in place. If I give this a good shake, I'm moving this pretty good, and this is a solid hold, which is important because it's also going to have a pretty hefty weight capacity of 100 pounds, so it's perfect for those heavier e-bikes, and we'll do that job because we're using a dual arm system. So with these dual arms, not only do they do a great job at holding your bike into place, but it's also great if you have anything like carbon frame bikes or alternative frame bikes. And they're just really easy to use. Let me actually show you that process now. All I have to do is come over to either side, press a button on that piston, and push that arm out of the way a little bit. Same thing for the front side. Press a button, it's out of our way. You can push on that some more, just to give you more room to work with. And then just lift up on your bike, and then you're ready to ride. And it doesn't take very long to get put up either. These just push back down into place. And they sit relatively low, but you can get them even lower because there's going to be these hooks that hold them down. And what I like about this, since this doesn't have any sort of tilt feature, a lot of vehicles don't play very nicely with the Maverick's tailgate. This one does a pretty good job at it. It doesn't get us full clearance though. It's just going to barely make contact with these rubber tabs we have on here. But this gives me access to most of my tailgate. So if I do need to reach into here to grab something, I have that ability. Or if you need to put a lighter item on the tailgate itself, you can still do that. I'd still probably recommend maybe putting a towel down here just to make sure you don't scratch up anything back here. Now let's talk about how this is going to sit on the back of the Maverick. So right now, this is only going to be sitting out from our pistons, just about 17 inches. That is fairly compact, more compact than most bike racks out there. And for the ground clearance, this is going to be sitting at just about 18 inches. So that's decently high off the ground. Even if you have that really heavy e-bike back here, you shouldn't make contact with the ground. Something else to keep in mind is what is going to block back here. Really, it's not going to block anything. The only thing we're going to be blocking is going to be this license plate right here. But that's going to be really the case with anything you put in your receiver. That's just kind of the nature of the Maverick. And the way this is going to install is we're going to have our 2-inch shank that goes into your 2-inch hitch receiver. We'll then have our pin that goes through and connect to a lock core on the other side. That lock core is going to give us that extra security, and it's going to use the same key system as our integrated bike cable lock. And at the very far end of the carrier, we're going to have another spot. It's going to be this little hole. There's going to be a bolt there. That's going to be your anti-rattle device, and this is going to prevent our rack from really shaking or rattling down the road, making sure it lasts longer and it doesn't cause us any noise. But the main things that stand out to me about this is, one, it's going to work great with your tailgate. It's going to be very adaptable with other types of bike racks, and it's going to be super compact, especially if you're in those tight situations. But that was just a look at some of the features of the KUAT Piston SR Bike Rack on the back of our 2025 Ford Maverick. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.